Yeah, another Thursday, and I hope you all are thirsty, because I have one fan favorite. I can't speak today. A fan favorite in the Fate franchise, Nero Claudius. Nero, that is the Red Saber, which honestly, when I first time saw her, I thought it was like they took Artoria and just painted her red instead. Like, this is the Luigi to the Mario of Fate. And yeah, God, I always forget that her dress here in the bottom is transparent like that. I don't know, I probably wouldn't run around like that, but otherwise I kind of like her designs actually. That is actually, and though that sword look a bit weird in my opinion. It looks very hard to use, to be honest. Then again, I don't think it matters really. She will just stabbery anyways. Oh, a nice expression there. That's a pretty cool thing with the shoulder pad actually. That's pretty neat. Here's a lion. Class Saber through Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. Historical fact. Female. No! Wait. Nero Claudius. Just googling Nero Claudius and we get more. Oh god, I'm sorry, Nero, and you and your sweet double chin. You have nothing. You can. History can't compete against waifus. That is the law of the internet. It's the law of now. Yeah, that is amazing. Alignment code good. Height 150, 42 kilos. Character creator Kinokonasu. Arkovada. Sakura Tanji. Main appearance Fate extra thick. I read it as. Parameters strength and constitution D. Agility A. Magic power luck A. Ooh, that's pretty good stats, I would say. Sure, maybe not the strongest and best constitution, but you know, then again, she cannot burn down the constitution. Because Nero burned down the big part of the city and all that. Well, they are not completely sure if it was Nero that did it or it was someone else. Whatever. Nero was the ruler back then. Magic resistance C. Cannot defend against large magecraft, so it's a great magecraft and ritual spell. Because Nero herself has no resistance to magic at all, she boasts a low magical resistance on becoming for the Saber class. So okay, she has sheet and get it. The ability of riding. You dirty pervs. One can manage most vehicle and breast. I almost read it as a beast above average skill, but they cannot manage beast of the magical beast and sacred beast rank. Ah yes, magical breast and sacred breast. I love those. Nero's field of expertise is with chariots, but given that her butt gets sore when riding them, said person is avoided when she can. What kind of chariot is that? Because if it's the standard chariot, you stand in them. You don't sit in them. Am I missing something? Headache affliction. What? What the fuck? A curse inherited from one's origin in the previous life. As a consequence of having chronic headaches, the success rate of skills with regard to mental aspect declines considerably. Due to having this skill, it's difficult for Nero to perfectly demonstrate even her valuable talent for the fine arts. Wait, so she got migraine? I didn't know that. Then again, she never acts as she do. Honestly, that could have been an interesting thing if they actually use more of that in in her character. Like, I could imagine her being grumpy and grouchy, you know, because like anyone that every one of you know, I know, I'm pretty sure 99% of you have had headaches, and I know some of you have more than others, and we know when you get a headache, a really bad one, and have it for a long time or something, you don't work well. You don't. You get easy grouchy. I get easy grouchy. I get tired. I was like, ah. So I think that would have been actually that could have been an interesting aspect to a character. I was saying Imperial Privilege AX, with the person themselves asserting that they're asserting the dominance, T-shaped. Even skills that are essentially unable to be possessed by them can be acquired only for a short time. The relevant skills are riding, swordsmanship, fine arts, charisma, military tactics, and so forth. In cases where the rank is A or above, even though they are burden to the body, such as divinity, can be acquired. Damn. I know Imperial Privilege is really good. Doesn't like Romulus get EX? He should have like the highest, actually, of all, because he is Rom. Invictus Spiritus thrice, even though I welcome the setting sun A. A skill born from the anecdote of Emperor Nero's last moments. 3 days after Nero committed suicide, a Roman soldier discovered her. The soldier felt that Nero's end was pitiful and covered her remains with a cloth, and at that moment it said that Nero opened her eyes for just a brief moment and thanked the Roman soldier. Yeah, huh? That happened? I honestly don't know too much about Nero's history. I know, like, the building, there was lots of fire, and he was obviously quite the chaotic causing guy. It was very crazy times. Normal Phantasm, Aestus Domus Aura, Charmingly Beacon Golden Theater, Anti-formation, range 30, 60, 19. Aha, is that her measurement? Maximum number of targets 100, 500, and 1000. An absolute imperial sphere that allows one ounce aspiration to be realized. It is the Domus Aura, the theater personally designed by Nero herself and constructed in Rome while she was alive, recreated by means of magical energy. It is great magecraft falsely similar to reality marble, an other world that embodies one's own imagined landscape. Oh shit! Created by a temporary overridden current world. Whereas the magecraft recreates a theater and structure designed by Nero herself during her lifetime with her magical energy, creating a battleground that works advantageously for her. Unlike reality marble that overrides the world, this can be deployed, maintained for a long time because it's constructed on top of the world from scratch. Damn! While it being deployed, imprisoned opponents are weakened, and in case of customizing the structures, she is also able to change its shapes and function. Speaking of it in a way that is easy to understand, she can project the structure while disregarding the construction process, where she can gain the invoked rules established by herself. Wow. So she literally creates stuff. The sword skill allows Saint Claudius, the flower imperium that extols the maiden, is only available where the theater is still deployed. Okay, so she literally can create things, and unlike, for example, Iskanders, when they are literally pulled to this world and get rammed by his army, big, hard, and dry at the desert, this literally creates physically here, so we see it and all that, right? If I get it correctly. Personality. A self-proclaimed cross-dressing young swordswoman, her body... What about her is cross-dressing? She's wearing a dress. Her body dressed in a red ball gown dress, Nero boasts an overwhelming well-balanced fighting strength, led by her preeminent sword skills. She calls herself an almighty genius, introducing herself as emperor, and almost all things are completely made to be realized by her forcibly. Innocence still remains in the appearance, but she refers to herself with I and the like. selfish and egotistical, constantly looking down on others and having a tendency to rush ahead recklessly. She also fully loaded with factors that a detestable character would be composed of if those came out. Sorry, I can't speak. Come out about normally. However, Nero is an extraordinarily lovely character. That is wifeism. Having a cheerful, open-heartedness and broadness, broad ass, that does not care much about trivial matters, and a simple mindedness that's of a child. That is weird. She has a passionate nature, and although she is generous with love relationship because of matters during her lifetime, among other things, she has a side where she will pout if those relationships were extravagant to her. Still, Nero does not doubt herself as a genius, calling herself an artist too, and she possesses a unique sense of beauty. Her unconditional justice is too beautiful. She likes pretty boys and handsome elders. She likes beautiful girls even more. She loves anything so long as it's beautiful. Ha! Unlucky me. I'm not beautiful. No matter what it is. A tyrant who, while extolling herself as a supreme art, also extols the lives of every person as beautiful. Above all else, a dazzling girl who is also more self-centered than anyone. It feels as if she symbolizes a life that spectacularly fell. Okay. There are hardly any master who summary of that history because her true name was at that time heinous in view of a certain religion, and also the end of her life was even a miserable one. Also because Nero was famous for literally mostly bad stuff. Sure, Nero did some good stuff, of course, but yeah, he wasn't famous for being the most nicest guy. And it's... Wait, I'm gonna continue before it, because I'm legit one. But why is Nero a female here? Is there a reason for that, except waifu? I mean, Saber, Artoria, okay, they explained that she took on and dressed and hid that she was a woman and all of that and stuff. But I have never heard anything about Nero. It's just like, you know what? Double chin Nero? Nah, it won't sell. We saw Caesar, it doesn't work. Let's slap some nice boobies, make her cute, everyone will love it. Done. Is that it? I mean, generally I like when they can give a good reason why they make the different changing gender stuff like that. Like Da Vinci, I'm completely fine with that Da Vinci is still technically a man, but they wanted to look like Mona Lisa and all of that, you know. I think that is actually more reasonable than many other things. Like, why not? I mean, I wonder what Nero's. Maybe it's say here right now. I'm curious. What Nero ascertains is not the societal good and evil, but the way human beauty ought to be, which becomes her standard. There's never a time where she will love something that is disconnected from that definition. And even if it is the command of a master who exchanged a contract with her as a servant, she will absolutely not obey them if she felt that they are ugly. Wow. Thank you. There is no mage who wishes to summon a servant who will decide to value the standard by such beauty. And in the Holy Grail War of the Moon as well, servants are summoned not because of a master, but by going down in the selection grounds of their own intentions. Yeah, imagine that, summoning Nero and they refuse to work with you because you're ugly. That is very discriminating. I'm just saying, Nero. I'm just saying. Although she is a lonely person, Nero is furthermore proud in that she will never sell herself cheaply, only feeling like contracting with a partner who she deemed to be a genius on the same level as herself. For that reason, if there is a partner she once approved of as her master, she will not point out or even criticize their inexperience, and from the bottom of her heart she will not look down on them as well. It seems no one can gain a straightforward favor in the events that they are able to answer her expectation. that they are both rejoicing together, and that the trust in each other are being strengthened. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Dialogue examples. Silence! My sword is original passion, and the sound of sword fights is the same as the stars going around the skies. Listen to that innate ecstasy, and then giving praises to it. More of a rejoice. Yodo Kobish! No! Shut up, Daddy! I'm my own! I have my own man! I am the supreme and ultimate instrument, the heroic spirit of the sword, your servant. To bear in mind, the things I hate are frugality, ruin, rebellions. Did someone hear Spartacus outside? Did someone feed him? I do not like those who are kind like those who are kind to me. Oh, okay. Now, my brain couldn't really comprehend. I don't like those who are kind, but I like those who are kind to me. Behold my talent, here the thunderous applause, here's the honor of the Imperium, like a flower blossom in full glory, open, golden feather. Okay, maybe here's something. A real person, his real name is Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. He's the 5th emperor of Imperial Rome. That life of his was colored with schemes and poison. Yeah, didn't his mother poison the previous emperor and put him there? And then he killed his own mother because he was suspecting her for the whatever. And in Rome during 50 to 60 AD period, he oppressed all religious influences and the Senate. In the Roman period, because of his stance towards the Senate and because of his oppression towards Christians thereafter, it caused him to be called a tyrant. It is being said that the revelation of Saint John the Divine was written out of the opposition towards this oppression. Although Nero was enthroned as emperor at 17 years old, he had demonstrated his talent as a competent judge from before that enthronement. After this enthronement, he boasted tremendous popularity with the citizens due to his lavish policies, and had he had excelled. I can't word today. Then again, I say that every time I can't. It's just me stumbling on my tongue. In diplomacy too. He also personally participated in the Nero Fest, an athletic meet, which is three groups of three groups of competitions: music, gymnastic, and equestrian, that followed the example of and was host of the Olympics. Because of a rebellion occurred in the year 69, nice. Nero was driven out of the emperor's throne and escaped from Rome. He understood while on the road that he could not get away, and it is said that he committed suicide by means of a dagger while in tears. Although he was known for the matter of having a peculiar to crossers, in the faith, well, Nero is in fact a woman. Okay. So they just made her like, yeah, in fact, she's a woman. Okay. I guess that is a reason as any other. In the second chapter, The Eternal Insanity Empire Septem, Nero appeared not as a servant but as an active Roman emperor. She went to war together with the protagonist and the others in order to protect Rome, which was being threatened by Romulus and the rest of the successive Roman leaders. In the 5th chapter, The Great North American Mythology War, E Pluribus Unum, Nero reunited with her idol companion Elizabeth Bathory, whose warm friendship was gained by Nero in the Holy Grail of the Moon, and they were showing their combination style with good coordination. Yeah, honestly, Septem still makes little sense to me. I mean, if anything, it would have made more sense that they would fight and help support like Romulus. I mean, Romulus is like Rome, but then again, JoJo Bizarre Adventure character or hot waifu. We'll see which one is most popular. In Fate Extra, the protagonist there, as Nero's contractor, was branded with a special designation called Player Master? What? By Nero, as the protagonist grew as a master and continued to deepen their trust in her. Nero had come to bear a strong and more straightforward favor towards her, and it becomes inevitable that she got them to pay close attention to her. Connection with characters. The succession Roman emperors. And every one of them are great Roman emperors. Also, I also cannot afford to lose to them if I tell you. Damn, I tell you. What? Cusco? Where the fuck is Cusco? Cusco? The llama? I can say with confidence that our relationship was one of the where we competed ruthless against each other at different stage compared to here, but... Well, why was that cause of us having our quarrels again? And me, oh yeah, Archer, Fate Extra and all that. That red mantle is everywhere, you know? Elizabeth? In my sermon, she is my greatest, most relaxing rival. Her musing ship has just started being right on the mark too. I guess she sounds very good when she's singing as well. Just like actually Ellie when I was playing Fate Extella. So they're supposed to sound real bad, but they're singing actually really good. The first one I drew in the beginning was Nero, and because this person was used as a stand-up for my incremental chain between Ascension, whenever I look over them now, they are somewhat simple chains, don't you think? The fact is, I was given into the temptation that I would draw a Roman-style building and a golden theater as a background. But there was also a worry where I wonder if they would be a bit too pompous in contrast with her rarity. And also, I wonder if it was alright to have her to be at least the first person to give off the feeling that she came from Extra. So since I considered those, I decided on a sea of electrons as her background. I'm pleased with the drawing of their final ascension, Arcovada. Oh. The Fate Extra launched the core website relevant keyword entry for Nero's Imperial Privilege. I go into more detail. Okay. Personal skill that Saber possess. Saber, calling herself an almighty genius, is able to temporarily add the highest value of a skill to herself, if the skill is within her scope. A powerful and selfish assertion, this skill possessed by emperors who made the impossible with only her authority. The Fate Extra Lost in Core represent relevant keywords. Oh man, so holy crap. Lost in Core. Charmingly beacon theater. The noble phantom of Saber Nero Claudius. She lived to her heart's content while alive, and she was looked down upon as the whore of Babylon after her death. Eh? What did Babylon and Gilgamesh do now? I know they are asses, but what they? A great mage card shaped the life beliefs of Roman Empire's fifth emperor. A decisive battle arena where the golden theater established by Emperor Nero is reconstructed with magical energy, and in the center of this stage, all good luck chances of victory are inclined towards her, the leading actress. That's unfair. In addition, in regards to Emperor Nero, she also has an episode called The Great Fire of Rome, where she suppressed the large conflagration that struck Rome. So for that reason, she excels in handling flames and has connection to that fighter as a result that lets her manipulate those flames. Okay, that is the big fire of Rome, yeah, that is the thing. Super. I guess that is one way to use getting an ability. The Nero Claudius, the Emperor of Roses, Deep Crimson Saber, Nero Claudius, the Roman Empire, fifth emperor. Her reputation is remembered for tyrants, a free and uncontrolled dictator, a lonely girl who finished her life in adversity without knowing about the love of either parents or her people. Her noble phantom is Aestus Domus Aeru, the charmingly beaconing golden feather. It is not a sword with a specific shape, but something that is armed with her anecdotes. Okay? She creates the golden theater and it treats it as a battleground, and she can be exhibited her imperial privilege. To her heart's content while it's deployed to... Okay. Yeah. Furthermore, by using her blazing collapsing golden theater, she can perform the attack Fax Celsius, Rose of the Closure, that fame... Stop. Isn't that what her bride Nero use? Fax Celsius? And then there's... Okay, yeah, there's those numbers. And there we have Siegfried, cool. Okay. So we really didn't get any reason why Nero is female here. more other than, yeah, there. Although he was known for men of peculiar cross-dress, and then in Fate World, Nero is a woman. I guess they took that like, yes, perfect. Now we can make it and she. I think that is how they went with this. And I must say, the more I read about Nero, and I'm gonna be honest, I know I will get some angry comments about this probably, but the more I dislike her, actually. I feel like her character is all over the place, you know? Oh, she's supposed to be like this good, funny, sweet, open-hearted, but at the same time she's gonna be this tyrant, and then she's waifu, then she's even more waifu, and then she is super waifu, and then she has like headaches. That is something I think, like, yeah, headache affliction. I think that is something they should actually should use, you know. I mean, everything about her, as you see here, I mean, I do like her design, I'm gonna say it. And I don't hate her, by no means. I still kind of like her, but at the same time, as I said, it feels like they focus extremely much to make her an, well, waifu, which is not, in that regard, it's nothing wrong with. And I know that Nero is a super popular character, so it's obvious that she get to appear and all that. And like Saber, Toria, she has actually a really nice design, even if it's obvious that Nero is a red version of Saber or Toria in that regard many times. And I find it a little bit, I'm gonna say, bland, I guess. I personally think I would actually like to see Nero. I could be okay with her looking like this. I can go with that. Okay, let's go with that. She's not an Jack or anything like that. But I would actually like her, like, maybe she is grouchy at times because she has headaches at times, and as it for and as we have seen in the games, from what I have seen, you of course probably, many of you have probably seen more in different games or whatever, but what I have seen, and maybe there is parts where they show that she has headaches and stuff like that, but from what I've seen, I've never seen anything like that, and in general, she is just, you know, pushed to be this good, sweet, umu kind of character, which I think is okay at times, but seeing how we kind of treat Bodhisha and other characters for that matter, Romulus stuff, I think it's kind of taking the edge of things. You know, it's okay to have a character with flaws. In fact, I personally welcome character with flaws, because it's easier, for at least for me, to relate to them and understand them, because we all have flaws. I have a ton of flaws. I can barely talk. I'm just stand here and blah, 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 most of the time, and I can be very lazy. I'm easily tired, and I sometimes say things without thinking about it, that how others can be hurt by it, and especially in past. And seeing that it's like they added this headache thing, but just to make it like, yeah, we have it there, but nowhere in the game have I seen her showcase anything of that. I would actually like to see that, you know? Instead of her being every time I see her, she literally is this bubbly, happy character, which, as I said, it's okay. But I like to see the bad stuff as well. She was a tyrant. She did horrible things. Most historical characters did, of course. But instead, we generally get Bodhisha being the, like, buttering up to Nero, because Nero is a favorite and all of that. But otherwise, I think she's a nice character and all that, but to be honest, I feel like she's too much similar to Artoria. you know, in her appearance and all that, because it kind of takes away a little bit, you know. Saber, Artoria, unique, and then comes Nero like. It's like you slapped on a different color only. A bit. Though, of course, their personalities and stuff like that is obviously quite different. But, yeah, I personally think Nero is a little bit of out there. It's a character, if I get her in the game, I will be, sure, wow, nice. But it's not, I honestly want, it's one of these characters I actually feel like, if I never get her, you know what, whatever. I don't really care about her actually. In that regard, you know. Though it doesn't mean that I don't want to see her in like anime and all that. I would love to. I love to see all the characters in animes. But yeah, that is a little bit about my thoughts about her. So I know it's many that have obviously very different opinions and all of that. And yeah, I really hope we can argue. Please don't kill me. I'm afraid that I will have a bunch of angry Nero fans at my throat right now. But yeah, I do think it's definitely things they could do this to make this character way more interesting. You know, I mean, for example, many things the servants are based on is the legends about them, the history, and the things that people remember them for. And one thing Nero is obviously remembered for is the fire. So, just for fun, why not make her a bit of a pyromaniac? You know, she likes to like set things on fire. I mean, imagine that. Like, now obviously it's not a fun thing, and you should not play with fire. But that could have been an interesting weakness of a character, that she have a tendency to like, without thinking, like, oh yeah, there's a fire here. Oh, well, cool. I need more fire. I mean, I personally think that would have could have made it a bit interesting as an backside of her character, other than being like, love me. Oh my god. But that is my thoughts on it. Hopefully it's and of course, if you love her and all that, that is fine too. It's everyone have their free opinions here. If you're against me, you're wrong. Nah, I'm just joking. But here, now we have Sumanai, Siegfried. I like his design, actually. Though I must say, I feel a bit, to be honest, I do feel Siegfried lost a bit because he Fade Apocrypha, to be honest. I felt that he lost a little bit there. But that is not his fault. It was that the anime was a little bit of a miss there. I love the idea of Fade Apocrypha. Obviously, I think it's an amazing idea. It's just sad that they didn't have enough episodes to actually build things up. That's what we talked about Fate Apocrypha before. But there's Siegfried, our Scandinavian dragon. Man, that is cool. I love that. That is so badass. And there is the mark of the leaf. Ja. I don't think we never got to see that. Because in the old, in the story of Siegfried and all of that, he bathed in the dragon's blood and became immortal. I think it was the dragon's blood or something like that. Except a spot on his back where a leaf had fallen and, well, you see the mark there now, where the blood didn't touch his skin, so to say. And that was his weak point, which became his undoing. It's literally an Achilles heel, so to speak. The heel to his back. But that was the first time I even seen that. I don't think I saw that in the anime. Did we that? Or did I just forget it? Saber, Siegfried, male, the Nibelungenlied. Nibelungenlied. That is a Germany. Is it Germany? Huh. Oh yeah, the Nibelungenlied was written by a German. That is true. That is true. That is true. That I remember. Creator Higashida Nasu, Ken Otosuge Konoe. May have been fade up Krifa. Hopefully we get to see him more in other places. Strength B, Constitution A, Agility B, Luck E. Oh, come on. Magic resist. These have been lost compensation for obtaining for the blood armor of the evil dragon. Writing, yes, indeed. Golden rules see the fortune of how much money flowed around oneself in their life. He's being promised a life untroubled by money to the Nibelung's treasure, but his luck is being ranked down. Restart? What? The ability to either withdraw from combat or reset the state of affairs around oneself. Restore to condition one's techniques to the initial value, while simultaneously, it forcibly release some of the bad status and ailments that were inflicted on them. What? That I've never heard of. One of the special skills possessed of the Dragon Slayer, by those who brought down a member of the dragon kind, drastically improves one's offensive power and defensive power against dragon kinds. It can be said that this is not a talent given from heaven, but the very anecdote of killing a dragon having been chained into this skill. Why? I think he should have EX on that actually, because slaying the dragon is literally what his legend is most famous about. That is pretty much his legend is about. So I think he should have that actually. Me personally thinking that. Phantasm great sword for felling the heavenly demon. Balmung. Yay. A cursed sacred sword. That kind of sounds like an oxymoron there. Cursed sacred. I don't know, it can be a sacred sword that got cursed, I know, but it sounds a bit weird when you think about it. That achieved the feat of dragon slaying. Being that if it even also has the attribute of the demonic sword Gram. Oh wait, wasn't Gram and Wolf? No, that was Garm. Yeah. Its origin, its attribute will change between sacred sword and demonic sword depending on who wields it. The blue jewel of its hilt is persevering storm magical energy from the age of gods, true evil. And then this is unleashed, it emits the appearance of a sword with a twilight color. The sword inflicts additional damage on those who draw the blood of a dragon kind. Damn. And considering that age of magical energy from the age of gods? Just that thing is insane. Holy crap. Damn. Armor of Fafnir, blood armor of the evil dragon. The noble fantasy that embodied the anecdote of Siegfried bathing in the blood of an evil dragon. Okay, so that was the blood of the dragon, isn't it? Blood of the dragon. Nullifies physical attacks as well as spells equal to B rank. In addition, attacks on A rank above reduces damage of defensive values in proportions to B rank are deducted from the attack's value. In the case where a noble fantasy from a proper hero is employed against him, it gains defensive values equal to B+. However, his back, which has not been bathed in the dragon's blood, does not gain the defensive value, and he is also not able to conceal it. Yeah, that is true. That was a bit about his legend and all that. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Personality. Taciturn and modest. Siegfried has a reserved attitude, but as a matter of fact, there is something more stubborn than anyone else regarding his own personal principles and position. That is demonstrated even to his master and companions. Even though he will normally listen to anything said to him, in some line of thought he has, he will not move even one step aside in a situation that will compromise his principle and position, even if a command spell is used. Because of that, it also seems that he is occasionally misunderstood. Holy crap, he can have an resist a command spell? Siggy, man! Holy shit. Sigrid's self-esteem tends to be negative because of the misfortune caused by Das Renegold that continues to last even now, with him being unable to do anything but grant the wish of those who cross over into his lifetime. And it seems that his reason that once steered to flow of his desire could not be found anymore. Aww. But holy shit, even if it commands, man, that is hardcore as heck. It is possible to say that it is extremely easy to handle as a servant. Siegfried being able to make a master with a manner is to take a step back from a dangerous situation to stand up to the situation presented instead. However, like mentioned above, in a situation where he is presented problems that will affect his principle and position, in spite of how favorable the relationship was built between himself and his master, it seems that he will stubbornly not listen to anything said to him by his master. However, his principles are extremely humane and respectable, and if he has a virtuous master, it is expected for one to be able to build up a relationship of mutual trust with him without any trouble to an extent. However, even if it was flattery, no matter what kind of relationship or mutual trust was built up, it is hard for one to ride on a relationship with Siegfried. Yeah, but I guess we can ride him. Oh, sorry. Lack has merely made a short visit for this side. Don't be disheartened. There is nothing I particularly want to wish for on the Holy Grail. Only that if it's possible to fulfill justice in this conflict, then that's fine with me. Sorry, it appears that Victor's side was on me this time. Historical image and character. Siegfried is a character in the tale of a tragedy associated with dragon slaying and Das Rheingold that has been propagated in Europe. And that character became established according to the ancient epic poem, the Nibelungenlied. Siegfried was a prince of a noble lineage with various adventures having unfolded around him. And then he heard rumors about the beautiful Kriemhild of the kingdom of Burgundy and went towards her for marriage proposal. Thus, the tragedy has begun. Oh, love or not to love? That is the question. As a matter of fact, in the Nibelungenlied, Siegfried is not in the role of the leading character. The true leading character is his wife, Kriemhild, and this epic poem is a great revenge tragedy brought by her despair and hatred. Aww. Consequently, even Siegfried's adventure up to him obtained the demonic sword Balmung, an event where he fell the evil dragon Fafnir, were only just talked about as hearsay by the characters, and were not actually depicted in the tale. In the first chapter of the FGO story, when Siegfried told his companion that he does not remember anything of time when he confronted Fafnir, it is because no one even saw, heard, or talked about that in the first place. That makes accurate sense. God damn. And why is it called Chaldea when it's spelled with a C and H, but we say chapter, a chapel, but not Chaldea? It's called it. Why? Man. Linguistics, man. At the end of his adventure, Siegfried obtained a cloak that hid his figure, obtained the demonic sword Balmung, and in the end accomplished the feat of a dragon slaying where he felled the evil dragon Fafnir. And almost a large number of these extremely gruesome battles were events that were untold, without even choosing to waste even a considerable amount of Das Rheingold that he obtained as he likes. Siegfried entrusted his back, his only weak point, to his peerless friend. Judging from Siegfried's point of view, it was the only way in order to resolve the antagonism between Grimhild and the wife of his elder brother-in-law, where it was growing to the point where Siegfried already found himself in a sticky situation with his involvement. But it was fatal in misjudging his situation. That doesn't sound good. If it for the sake of revenge or for murdering her husband, then it does not even matter if Kriemhild sells her soul to the devil, for she loved Siegfried so much to the extent that she would do so. Her hate was not only pointed towards Hagen, the one who killed Siegfried, but also towards Gunther, her older brother. Oh. That is not good. And then, it has been decided that even Kriemhild herself, who was taken prisoner to her hatred, would therefore be brought down by an attack filled with the righteous spirit. Furthermore, it was Siegfried's beloved sword Balmung that Kriemhild used to kill Hagen. Damn. What comes around goes around. So there are even people that said that after the twists and turns, Siegfried has fulfilled his revenge. However, there was still certain that Siegfried and Hagen were once friends whom exchanged drinks of alcohol and talked together of their dreams as well. For the times when he is summoned as a servant, Siegfried will think to himself of how he was celebrated as a hero who killed a dragon. But the only thing he did in the end was nothing more than giving birth to a further tragedy, an absolute retribution, as of to say, since you were spilling the blood of various people so far, you will even spill the blood of the people you are protecting. Therefore, his self-esteem is constantly negative, and in one way or another, he is muttering those, "I'm sorry." Nej. Summa nej. Vlad for, "I'm really sorry to inconvenience you in some other world. Brynhild, I want you to calm down and take a deep breath. I'm not Sigurd." "No, I'm really sorry, Altera. It seems you got to look after Creamhead." Eh? What? I don't get this. It seems you got to look after Creamhead, but that's your wife. Oh, wait, is it that Altair doesn't understand? Or what? Originally, beside the amazing number of lines I had to draw, I want to make him very flashy if it's the case to have to go with trend and evolve. And the staff had raced to implant him in the end when his appeal didn't fit in the phone screen as more than double the troubles with the absurd workload. I'm really sorry. After I came up with the rest of his evolutions, if I leaned him forward in order to choose a way to balance his weight, it's miraculous matching with how his established character, all of the appearance make him awful apologetic, even though he's a great hero. I'm sorry. Was that pun intended? Oh, that makes sense, because see, yeah, it's like it's about to bow his head. So you have this kind of leaning, where you lean forward and bow slightly, and yeah, honestly, Siegfried is a good character in my book. Not perfect, I'm gonna say. I still find him. I think it is that he looks, as I said, very flashy, and he's really cool. I mean, they've been very true to his the stories about him being like, yeah, kind of not. He can brush off so much damage and all that, except for the spot on his back. Other than that, he's like unstoppable. Well, not really, but he doesn't take much damage. And I really, really like to see that. And I think it's pretty fun, he's as a character. Unlike Nero, that we just saw before. Oi, whoopsie, sorry. Nero is like, everything negative about her is like, we don't need to focus on that. But Siegfried, everything that is negative is him, so to speak. That he is this great hero in the stories, but at the same time he is have low. I mean, this is what I say. This is like these characters that we have. I think that is why I like Siegfried more than Nero. Is that his weakness is clear. Not only the very fact that he have this point on his back, but his low self-esteem and all that makes him a more genuine, more relatable character, in my opinion. While Nero appear more like, in that way, I'm gonna say is fitting with her, is that she feels like, untouchable, like she's standing up on a podium, which is, in fairness, what she actually do, being the emperor and all of that. But Siegfried feels more, a person that can be around people, and someone you can see being kind and helping someone without even saying anything, like, he just seemed to be that kind of good character. And yeah, but I do like him. But I can feel that with his story, I think and I would love to see like Fafnir as a servant. When I think about with Siegfried, I would love that actually. Fafnir and Kriemhild. Oh God, that's so wrong. Kriemhild. That would be nice to see actually. But yeah, in general, I don't have much to complain about when it comes to Siegfried, actually. He's good, I like him, and in general, he is a good character. Not perfect, but that is how I like them. Non-perfect. Shaken and not perfect. And yeah, that will be for now, and I will be back with more very soon. More Thirstday later on, so thank you for watching. Bring down your comments down below, and see you later on, and have a continued super great day.